All right, hello everybody. Alan here from the Blocknet. 9 months ago, the Blocknet and VSA Partners struck up a relationship which has defined the course of making our technology intuitively usable and visible to the world. Today is the day that you will all get to experience the fruits of this partnership. We will be unveiling the new Blocknet website, our brand, a new video, and of course the thing you've been all waiting for, which is the beta release of our decentralized exchange. We're eager to hear feedback on all of these. After all, the Blocknet is a decentralized project, and so you are its lifeblood. Since this is our first beta, you'll be getting in at ground zero and should trade carefully and expect bugs and be aware that certain features are still to come. And of course, tell us about your experiences. We'll be hard at work maturing the technology based on what you have to say. Anyway, what you're about to see is a live video unveiling of the Blocknet brand. We'll be following this with the live release of a top-notch video produced by two of our community members, Mav and Bob. And then you'll see the new website come online, and a little bit later, a link to download the decentralized exchange beta will be available on the new website. So that's all from me for the moment. Over to VSA.
Thank you, Arlen. This is Jerry, the account director here at VSA, who's been working on this project for quite some time too. And I'm going to kick it over to a few members in the team, but before I do that, kind of want to do a quick introduction of who's in the room with me. We got Martin here representing our creative writing discipline. We've got Ryan in project management. Nick is in the room as a digital strategist. Scott and Val are here from the design practice, and Joe Neo, who's going to be walking through much of this deck, is here from strategy. Just a few words as we talk about the Blocknet and the DX, and a little bit about the brand. The brand is more than the logo you're going to see. It's a brand is really how an organization or community speaks, what it stands for, and how it acts and looks. As this project becomes even more public-facing, and because much of the content is community created, what you're about to see will serve as a visual and tonal guide for all communication going forward. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Joe to kind of walk us through the strategy and the positioning of the brand.
Okay. Hi, everybody. So I want to walk you through the foundational thinking that we have before we get to some creative work that we'll share with you within this document. Up front, we want to also address the core objectives, which is really the core objectives on the next slide. We'll just state kind of what we're trying to solve for. It's important to note that we're not just defining the Blocknet or the BlockDX visual identity. We're also thinking about the Blocknet as a master brand character and that is filled with values and beliefs that inform the visual language that we will create. So our core objective is to define the Blocknet master brand character in its visual language, which will be made up of its purpose, its values, but we also will show you a visual identity for the BlockDX. So I want to get into a little bit of context, and you'll see that when we think of context, we think about not just what's happening in the current state, but where we want to go in the future state. We'll also address what's happening in the landscape from a category level. What's happening from a current state is what we would describe as centralized and vulnerable. As we know that most cryptocurrency trading volume is dominated by centralized entities, the platforms have been proven to be risky for investors, and the opportunity for control is at a minimum. But where we want to go is we envision a future state of being decentralized and secure. This is a standard means of global currency that is yet unseen, but it would imagine cryptocurrency exchange with the benefits of security, liquidity, anonymity, and verification of transactions. To date, what we're seeing in the category are more hybrids. We don't see competitors that are directly in the space of what the Blocknet is trying to achieve, but they are declaring a play of being purely decentralized, but they may be bridging from current platforms, or and trying to migrate to unknown states of play. And we spent a bit of time talking to the community as well. And we had surveyed and asked for opinions and feedback from the community itself on the opportunities for the Blocknet. And what we have on slide 4 is just some snapshots of some feedback that we got. It really spoke to the potential of the Blocknet and the opportunity that we have. And some responses were very telling of how people envision what the Blocknet is capable of doing and what it can foresee it doing and achieving in the future. Ranging from just quick access to a decentralized exchange and the possibility of trading to any coin eventually. That was one quick semblance of what it could do today, but also thinking in the future of having this peace of mind to trade large volumes of money, and also even beyond that, other contents of information, and whether it's copywritten material or contracts or settlements, the opportunity is beyond just currency. It has a vision that is really exceeds the current state of today. So if we look on the next slide, we see that this is what the Blocknet is trying to achieve. We're racing to realize pure decentralization. We're one of the few projects that's committed to delivery of a purely decentralized network and interoperability. We're delivering upon the true intention and ultimate vision of the blockchain. And we really aim to become the fastest, the safest option that is reliable and easy to use, offering a peace of mind when moving critical information between blockchains, whether they're large sums of money, contracts, records, or settlements. So this is the true vision of the Blocknet. And it's important for us as we start to think about the visual identity and the foundation of the brand that we are definitely defined by some core elements. We're not a company, we're more of a project. We're decentralized in even our nature, and we're defined by an open source collaborative model that's really driven by its community and also, of course, its members. So let's spend a little bit of time talking about the brand character. The brand character is really kind of built on some fundamental characteristics. The archetype or character that we've chosen as a foundation for our brand is this idea of the connector. The connector, through its actions and its behavior, is really built upon some key attributes of being optimistic, humanistic, and also builders through its core attributes. But it's really built on this idea of human cooperation as a defining element of society. The Blocknet and BlockTX is the platform for liquidity, volume, and safety that enables individuals to share, exchange, and realize a previously unknown future. And we have some core things that we stand against. We stand against exclusion, restrictions and constraints to minimize control of an individual, in terms of how he has control over his terms of their assets and information. But what we stand for is galvanization to enable the power of connectivity through the free-flowing exchange of ideas. And that is really grounded in core beliefs of community, empowerment, and freedom. So that carries over into our voice and tone and our personality and how we speak and how we message and how we talk to ourselves internally and externally through communications. And there's 4 characteristics that they're grounded on. The sense of empowerment, what is enabling control and the liberty to pursue one's own personal goals. This idea of embracing, which is about welcoming, approachable, and being accessible to all. It's about a tone of confidence, which is about speaking with clarity, precision, and being backed by facts. And also a tone of optimism, where we have a positive view of the future and are inspired by the exchange of new ideas that accelerate progress. So I'm going to speak really quickly to a brand narrative that we are using as a manifesto to inform efforts going forward, whether they're the Blocknet or extensions of the Blocknet. So the brand narrative is really built on on these core thoughts. From business to technology, change is happening faster than any other time in our history. Standing in the way of even greater progress is the myriad of restrictions and constraints that place unnecessary limitations on assets and information. At Blocknet, we believe in giving individuals the unrestricted freedom to achieve what's next. We remove bureaucratic barriers, we bring together isolated silos, and Blocknet provides endless possibilities across projects and communities. We deliver true interoperability and decentralization to the blockchain. Our mission is to help the technology realize its true potential and to inspire people to dream what's possible. It's a protocol to seamlessly move data and share ideas, the confidence to exchange tokens peer-to-peer, the reliability to create frictionless contracts, the speed to scale apps and digital services, the sovereignty to build the future you want. Welcome to a new era of interconnectivity. Join our engaged community of thinkers dedicated to the free-flowing exchange of information. One place, one protocol. The Blocknet connects people with limitless opportunity.
Thanks, Joe. This is Jerry speaking up again. So now we're going to move into the visual segment. And just a reminder on what you just saw and what was just read. That's not necessarily anything that's going to be published or put out to the public. It's more of a manifesto and something to align everybody. Now we're going to move into the visual and the new look for the decentralized exchange. And to walk through the creative and the visuals, I have Val taking the lead here.
All right. Give it a second for the slide to come up. No? All right. So as you can see, the BlockDX logo is a visual extension of the Blocknet brand. It was created by using the same family of shapes and forms as the original Blocknet logo. We added a subtle gradient to the D to really add depth and dimension, and applied a blue-green gradient to activate the X. The overall color palette is derived from the Exchange interface look and feel. We limited the range to really keep BlockDX identity concise and impactful. So what you're looking at now is the primary BlockDX logo. All right. So this is the positive version of the logo. So we're using the same techniques that we did on the negative version. So you're still able to experience the depth and the energy in the same way as the one that was on the blue background. Because the BlockDX logo was built as an extension of the Blocknet logo, we felt that it was super important to make sure they looked and functioned as a family. On the left-hand side, you'll see the current Blocknet logo, and on the right-hand side is the updated version. The refinement of the Blocknet logo is based entirely on an underlying grid system, which will become the foundation for the entire expression system. So you'll notice the main adjustments are we open the space slightly on the top and the bottom of the gray portion, and we also increase the counter or the negative space within the blue portion. So these moves really add dimension and clarity, especially when taking into consideration all of the use at small scale in digital applications. What you'll see here is with minimal adjustments that we just talked about to the Blocknet logo, utilizing the new foundational grid, we can create a seamless harmony and structure between both the Blocknet logo and the BlockDX logo. This will also help inform the overall identity system for things like patterns and icon library, and really help bring precision and seamlessness to the overall brand, especially within animation. So here's a pattern, which is the most basic, simple example of how to lay a foundation and then provide a flexibility and visually begin to storytell through the BlockDX expression. So by activating and deactivating parts of the pattern, you can really imagine how the identity can take on other forms and really start to come to light. So here we took a look at how the combination of the logo mark and typography together could create a logo lockup. So after creating the logo, we went ahead and pressure tested the identity in a few different environments. What you're looking at now is an example of a potential landing page. So we're utilizing the dark background that allows the bold graphic nature of the BlockDX logo to really stand out and grab your attention and pop off the page. This also shows how we use the supporting gradient. It can be purposefully used to highlight and draw your attention to other important details on the page, such as a button. So the Exchange interface, you'll notice that the logo is applied in the upper left-hand corner on both desktop and mobile. And the logo is very complementary of the visual language on the Exchange interface. So the next few slides is a pretty quick glance of how your identity could really come to life. Anywhere from stickers to a phone case to blind emboss on a notebook and even a tattoo for all you diehards out there. Keeping a consistent, simplified color palette and bold visuals lets the identity be recognized through many applications. This is an example of a potential, advertising where the logo lockup might be most appropriate. Or you can simply use the logo mark etched to customize the ledger. And last but not least, who doesn't love beautiful merch? Anywhere from a t-shirt to a soccer ball to, outfitting your children to make them look the best. And there you have it. On this page, you see the comparison of the brand new Blocknet and BlockDX logos.
Great. Thanks, Val. And Arlen, we'll turn it back over to you. Was there any setup before we jump into the video?
Well, mostly to say thanks. Thanks, VSA. That stuff was fantastic. I don't know about everyone here, but I absolutely love the BlockDX logo. I love how it relates to the Blocknet platform logo. And I absolutely cannot wait to use this stuff myself on my PC every day. So the Blocknet DX beta will come out later today, just so everybody knows. I do want to reiterate that it is a beta, so you should use it with caution. It's not some battle-tested production release. So right after this video, you're going to be able to check out the new website. Same URL, blocknet.co. It's going to go live. I hope you like it. We are, of course, updating our social media branding, and you are very welcome to share all of this new content. So the logo, the website, the promo video that you're about to see, and of course the beta when it's released. Spread the word, get it out there. We're super excited about it. There are more marketing materials to come in the near future. It's been a long time coming, but the Blocknet is beginning to market itself. I think it's fantastic. It's about time that we became a bit more public and a bit more active now that our core code is solid and we're ready to bring it to the world. All right, before you see the video we're about to screen, I want to thank Mav and Bob for creating it. I think it's wonderful and very, very professional. I'm super excited that members of the community just step up and make amazing stuff. By all means, do the same. If you have an idea, just run with it. The video has been in production since December. When you see it, you'll be able to share it. So spread the word, share it around. So finally, thanks to everyone in the community for your support, for the work that you do, for your positivity, for a million constructive suggestions all the time. It's fantastic. Anyway, without further ado, it's time for the new Blocknet promo video. Enjoy.
Great. Thanks, Arlen.
We stand witness to an evolutionary leap in trustless systems. The blockchain, a technical advancement so powerful that it transforms the very foundations of our society. Welcome to the revolution of decentralized technology. Introducing the Blocknet, a decentralized application platform that connects blockchains together into one network. This enables blockchains to communicate and transfer data and value between each other. Today, there are hundreds of active blockchains. Soon, there will be thousands. Most are built for a specific, often singular purpose. But what if we could connect all these technical innovations together? What if we created an ecosystem of decentralized services, bridging communities and synergizing the sum of their achievements, giving rise to a vast ocean of technological possibilities? To answer these questions, we have created the Blocknet, a protocol that allows blockchains to communicate and integrate their utility, widening the reach of their communities and leveraging the functionality of an ever-expanding pool of projects, thereby creating one application platform where a universe of blockchain innovations can be combined. The Blocknet Decentralized Exchange eliminates the need to involve any third party or middleman in the exchange of assets. Unlike some traditional exchanges, platforms, and services, Blocknet users do not have to give up their tokens or data to a central entity. On the Blocknet Decentralized Exchange, there is no central ownership of data or single point of failure because the service is distributed peer-to-peer. It's a truly trustless, decentralized exchange for monetizing any blockchain service or asset. The Blocknet allows the true power of the decentralized token ecosystem to flourish through trade freedom, inter-blockchain communication via
Sorry, everybody. We had a little hiccup there where the video was frozen. I'm going to replay it at about 3/4 of the way through. Bear with us 1 second.
need to involve any third party or middleman in the exchange of assets. Unlike some traditional exchanges, platforms, and services, Blocknet users do not have to give up their tokens or data to a central entity. On the Blocknet Decentralized Exchange, there is no central ownership of data or single point of failure because the service is distributed peer-to-peer. It's a truly trustless, decentralized exchange for monetizing any blockchain service or asset. The Blocknet allows the true power of the decentralized token ecosystem to flourish through trade freedom, interblock.
All right, that was a teaser of the video. To see the rest of it, they just chatted the link out on YouTube, and it'll stream much faster if you do it from YouTube. YouTube and Google apparently are fighting right now.
Even though it's the same company.
Even though it's the same company. I think that's it. Arlen, I think is going to wrap it up with some thank you. But from VSA's perspective, thank you to the community for letting us be involved and kind of letting us work with you guys over the past 7, 8, 9 months. As always, you know how to keep track of and stay in touch with Blocknet, whether it's on Discord or whether it's through Twitter or whatever else. So Arlen, any last thoughts you want to have?
Well, everyone, you've seen the video, or at least the teaser for the video. You've seen our new brand and our new logo. What's next is the website. So we're gonna hang up now from the Hangout, and if you go to blocknet.co, you'll be able to see the video. Sorry, the website. I mean, as with anything else, we encourage collaboration and feedback. So by all means, get onto Discord. Tell us any bugs you find or suggestions about content or anything. We'd love to hear from you. And when you're on the website, hang around. The beta is going to be linked to from the website later today. So stay tuned. And thanks very much for watching.
Thanks, everybody.